Welcome to episode 4 of iDrive, and today we're going to be interviewing a 17-year-old pro kart driver, Noah Salibi. Hi, Noah.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
And hi, George.
هاي ماريا عم نشتاق لك.
Noah, I'm going to be asking you a few questions. So starting off, how did you get into karting?
So, first of all, I wasn't really into racing for the most part of my life. I got more and more into racing with my friends. Like 2-3 years ago, they really got me into Formula One, and it really
Sparked your interest.
It sparked my interest in racing. I met Roy and George through some mutuals, and then that's where I really kickstarted my karting.
Okay, so 2-3 years ago, so you were 14, 15 years old?
Around that age, yes.
Around that age. So it started by liking F1.
Yeah.
So on that topic, who's your favorite F1 driver?
Checo Perez.
Okay, and is there any reasoning behind that?
I just love his resilience, and as a number 2 driver, he never gave up, and he always helps his teammates even if they don't cooperate quite as much as he does.
Okay, so George, what is your comment on that?
بعرف نوا دايما فان نمبر 1 لبيريز، يعني حتى بيلبس ثياب هلا الكاديلاك كان قبل ريد بول، ف I respect his choice يعني لتشيكو، بس انا اكيد حكيتها يمكن بحلقات قبل. انا very old school in F1. بالكارنت جريد بحب اذا بدك الاشخاص هلا الجداد النيو تالنتس، بس بيريز معه حق نوا انه شخص ما استسلم ككاركتر، وبس كان بريد بول خاصة كان كل الضوء على ماكس فيرستابن، مع انه نسيوا الناس انه هو عمل the biggest effort بأبو ظبي in 2021 to help Max win also. فدايما الميديا بتضوي على the one who won وبينسوا يلي عمل الافورت، بس انه ان شاء الله هالسيزون يكون سيارته تتحسن يعني، لانه first season لكاديلاك I hope يمشي حالهم.
And George, I wanted to ask you what's special about Noah. Tell me more about your experience with him.
اكيد ماريا بتعرفي بس التقينا بنوا انا وروي اول مره، دغري لمسنا من اول ميتينج انه هيدا الصبي عنده تالنت، دغري بين الباشن يعني بينت. اول شيء كاركتيره لنوا حدا كتير كالم، ما بيحكي ما بيعبر، سو بيراقب القصص. بدك يعني تشتغلي معه كتير لحتى هيك تو كوميونيكيت، عرفتي عنده هيز اون اذا بدك هيك بابل قاعد فيها. هيدا الشيء كتير منيح له لانه هيز اولويز فوكسد، عرفتي يعني دائما بيروح كان يشوف الريسز التريننج سيشنز، ما في شيء بنقول له اياه الا ما بيطبقه، وعنده شيء كتير مهم بالتالنت اللي عنده اياه انه دائما بحب تو جو بيوند ذا ليميت، يعني بحب تو اكسبيرينس هذا الشيء اكيد ان سيف واي اوف كورس. فاللي لفتنا انا وروي انه نوا كدرايفر تقدم بشكل كتير سريع، خبري كيف انه بلش بالكارتينج از فن. معنا بي ام اف كارتينج اكاديمي صار الموضوع اكثر سيريس، وشفنا التالنت اللي عنده اياه خاصه بالرنتل كارتينج. هلا نور رح يخبر شوي عن الاكسبيرينس الاس دبليو اس ريسز الاندورنس. هيدي كانت اذا بدك البدايه قبل ما نعمل الشيفت وناخذ الديسيجن انه يبلش بالبرو كارتينج او الروتاكس انجن تكنيكلي، يلي هي سيارات كتير سريعه، وبلش the first official season هلا ب 2026.
Okay, so هلا it's something very new, right?
Yes.
So do you feel like okay, after winning the SWS championship 2024, right? What are some challenges maybe you faced at that time, and now entering this new phase, are you anticipating any new challenges? What have you worked on from then till now? So I want to know more about that.
So for the challenges I've faced in my first and I think only season in SWS, it was really just a mix of lack of knowledge really of like how people race there, because everything was new to me. In racing, I always went to like fun races with my friends. I never really raced seriously. It was really a first time experience. So it took me a bit of time to get used to the rules, regulations, and to how others drive around me and how they're going to react to my driving and how I should react to their driving.
Yeah.
And how I worked on myself to improve. I really saw a lot of races, not only rental races. I used to see onboards for also higher classes, that the faster classes, the shifter classes even, to see how the racing differs everywhere in karting, not only in karting, in other forms of motorsports, because you can take a bit of everything and craft your own racing methods and how
you want
your
to
mentality.
Yeah. And now moving on to your next phase, how many times are you training per week? Like now summer vacation, so how much time do you think you're going to be investing? Because of course you want to be the best, and I bet you're already working super hard. You've accomplished so much. But what's the effort you're going to put as a 17-year-old boy who still didn't finish school, but you're still managing? So tell me about the...
Of course. Process. So on track, I'm going usually 2 times a week, more or less. We work off track as well, before and after the sessions, with the mechanics, with the coaches, Roy and George, of course, helping me, with my fellow drivers, George, Bader, George Mkhail, Romy Sour, a few names that pop up a lot, and that really helped me focus and really push the most out of me. I couldn't really improve if I didn't have anyone pushing me.
Of course.
And off track and really outside of karting, I'd work more on my fitness, on my well-being, and to stay focused on karting, not to get distracted by anything else. And of course now it's summer, so I can focus fully.
So Hala, you have more time to focus on that. I wanted to ask both of you guys this question concerning the age. So we've interviewed people who started at a very young age. We've interviewed people who started, let's say you started at 14, 15. So do you feel that you wish you had started at a younger age? And I want to hear your comment on that.
I'm sure every karting driver that started, I think, after the age of 5, 6, wishes they started at that age.
Yeah.
Because it gives you such a head start, such advantage on the rest. It doesn't only give you experience, it gives you more opportunities, because you never know. With more time on track, with more time in the karting scene, you'll get noticed way more. And especially if you start early, I don't think it is way less likely that a big name is going to invest on you and your future if you've started quite late, but it's never over if you really work on it.
It's never too late. But that's the question. I want to hear George's opinion.
I love the question صراحة. بس بدي أعقب على شغلة ماريا، إنه اللي قاله نوا، نحن برجع بشدد بالAMF Karting Academy، أنا وروي كتير بنشدد على موضوع الفاميلي فايب. يعني مزبوط نوا عم بيقول بيشتغل معنا ومع الميكانيكس وكمان مع تيم ميتس، يعني his colleagues. هيدي الفايب كتير مهمة، لأنه نحن اليوم مش عم نشتغل بطريقة كوميرشال، عم تكون ناس عم نوقف حد التالنتس لحتى يوصلوا أبعد شيء ممكن. واللي برهنوا نوا بالSWS Endurance إنه ما كان عنده خبرة الأوفيشال ريسينج، كان يعمل فن ريسينج تكنيكلي. شفنا الديسبلين اللي عنده إياها. الديسبلين هي تريت كتير مهمة عند نوا، حدا كتير ملتزم especially off track، يعني كتير بينتبه لأكله، للفتنس، وحتى بالمدرسة يعني والدرس. بعرفي بلبنان sadly بدنا نعدل we need to balance between studying and karting and motorsport. برات لبنان كل الفوكس بيكون على الكارتينج، بتبلش his career، مشان هيك ممكن يوصل أبعد من هيك. بلبنان we have the struggle، بس we're doing our best. ومن ناحية تانية نوا فعليا professionally speaking بلش برو كارتينج أو كروتاكس سيزن technically للناس يعرفوا مؤخر، يعني على عمر 17 كأول سيزن it's a bit late. وهذا الشيء مثل ما كان عم بيقول قبل نوا، انه لو بلش بعمر صغير كان وصل عنده مايلج اكبر بكل الكاتيجوريز، من الميكرو للميني للجونيور للسينيور. نوا بلش دغري على السينيور كارتينج، وعم بينافس ناس وجه لهم تحيه، كلهم لهم سنين 8 9 10 years. اللي عم بيعملوا خاصه باول ريس وثاني ريس بالسيزون was very impressive to us. وهلا رح احكي شوي عن التشالنج وعن البنفيتس. وبلشوا الناس يوعوا على فكره انه نوا he's catching up the train بشكل كتير سريع.
Which is something very unique, in my opinion, because you're starting at a late age, at a later stage. But برضو, that's why you have to invest more time and put in double or even triple the effort to actually be in the right competition with the right people, ومش إنه تحس حالك left behind or having more challenges and difficulties. Do you have any memories or like one major event that happened and you still think about till this day?
Definitely one that comes to mind when you ask this question is my second race in endurance racing in rental karting. When I raced with, I believe, Mark Hashim, another driver in the AMF Academy. Great teammate, great driver, great person. We did a great job. There were a lot of challenges in the race, penalties, driving incidents, whatnot.
Yeah.
But reaching the podium step on that first race really encouraged me and gave me that boost that I needed at the very start of my karting career. That really pushed me to give it my all, for the coming races.
Next question. What is your favorite F1 track?
My favorite F1 track, now I have a couple, but if I had to choose, I'd have to say probably the Zandvoort, the track in the Netherlands. It's a great track, very technical, has a lot of banking, way more banking than any other track in Formula One. It really tests your throttle discipline and how you get back on power, and the racing there always great, and it has always been varying track conditions, varying weather conditions, which really makes every race interesting.
All right. List your top 5 Formula One drivers from most favorite to least favorite. Now we already know the top 1.
So top 1, obviously, Checo Perez, my favorite driver, as I have mentioned. My second favorite driver, also a very, very great driver, 4-time world champion, Max Verstappen. He was once Checo's teammate as well. Very fast, flawless driver on track. If we're being real, I'd say maybe the greatest driver of all time, if that works or not for some people.
Yeah.
But he's really up there with the greats. My third best driver has to be Jenson Button. Even though he's only won one championship, he's done it in great fashion, losing the advantage in the middle of the season when the car started off great. In 2009, he was just driving almost perfectly every race. Also very calm, very composed.
Okay.
My fourth best driver, I'd have to say Oscar Piastri. Very recent pick as well. I really love how he also stays very calm, composed, and focused on the racing, never distracted by what's off track, never beats himself up too much or too little for any mistake that he makes. And the fifth one, I don't have really a fifth pick.
Frederic Vasseur.
Isaac Kajar. Max's teammate for this season, has shown immense progress in the past 2 seasons. Formula One, already moved up to the Red Bull seat and showing promising pace, even though the Red Bull isn't up there with the rest of the top 3 cars.
And do you feel like you can relate to a lot of these drivers you listed? Like learning more about yourself. And now we're going to talk about, of course, where you see yourself maybe in the next, I'm not going to say 5 years, I'm going to say the next year even. So, of course, because you listed these drivers from your favorite to your least favorite, you like certain character traits from each person. Do you feel like it's important to try and learn to think like this person, to act, to behave like other drivers?
Yes, now certainly there are some young drivers that still are developing. I am also a young driver, still trying to learn from the older, the more experienced. I'd like to mention Max Verstappen because very early on in his career he was very aggressive. He wasn't really, he didn't leave any space for any other driver on track. He was really the most aggressive driver, I think, off the grid when he started driving in 2016, 17 with Red Bull. But seeing how he progressed and became more of a mature driver a short amount of years really shows me what I should become rather than what he was at the start of his career.
Okay.
And of course, you have to be aggressive. He is still aggressive on track, but
Also clean.
you have to stay clean, stay composed, and never stop driving, even if the car is the worst of the pack.
Okay, and what is your opinion on that?
كل شيء قاله نوا is impressive صراحة. It shows قديش مهم الكالتشر of motorsport. يعني نوا مش بس بيتابع الريس، بيشوف كل درايفر، كل كاركتر، كل ستوري بيهايند، وهذا الشيء بيشكل إذا بدك الكاركتر عند كل درايفر عندنا بالأكاديمي. بيكون عندك إذا بدك some elements بيكونوا inspiration.
صح.
ونوا بدوره رح يصير هو inspiration لأولاد صغار هلا بالأكاديمي، رح يصيروا يقولوا بدنا نصير مثل نوا كبر. So this is the circle يلي عم نشتغل عليه. وبرجع بوجه تحية ماريا لأهله لنوا عن جد، يلي كتير مأمنين فيه، مأمنين بالأكاديمي، ولجده كمان، ولكل العائلة. يعني كل مرة نوا عنده تريننج سيشن أو ريس تجي العائلة منحس عن جد كأنه قاعدين ببيتنا معهم. بيعقدوا، بحبهم من قلبي كلهم صراحة، الله يخليهم صحتهم. عندهم نوا بيك تالنت واسمه رح يلمع أكتر وأكتر. أكيد نتمنى أنه يوصل للF1 كنا لو بلش بعمر صغير. بس to be very realistic عنا different disciplines بالموتور سبورت. هلا هو بيخبرك شو هن الأفكار اللي عنده إياها. بس برجع بقول نقطة كتير أساسية إنه نوا من أكتر الأشخاص يلي من الرنتل كار نقل بسرعة للبرو كارتينج بفترة زمنية قصيرة كتير، وطبعا اسمه بالاندورنس تشامبيونشيب. على الرغم من انه حكينا كذا مرة انه يمكن انا وروي بكل تواضع خلقنا شيء اسمه SWS جونيور بلبنان ما كان موجود، وللأسف راح على اتجاه اكتر كوميرشال. الاندورنس the same thing also. بنرجع منعلي الصوت وبنقول عبر iDrive خلوا هالسبور نظيف، خلوه كلين، خلوا ناس مثل نوا وغير نوا مثل اللي معنا بالأكاديمية. مش عم نقول بس نحن يشوفونا وبس، في كتار كمان clean people عندهم clean mindset، وناس عم بيسابقوا for the love of racing. passion for racing، مش بس للمصاري لنشتري position ونشتري مرتبة أو championship. So هذا المساج بس حبيت وصله. وأكيد let's keep pushing.
It's very important عن جد، لأنه we need the new talents to keep to have that motivation and not to feel like they're going to be pushed behind for unfortunate reasons.
Yes.
Knowing that you are going into new phases, what's your next step, or what are you looking forward to doing now?
So making it to the single-seater open-wheel racing series is going to be a challenge because it's probably the most expensive one out there. Now, speaking of the next step, I'd say maybe we'll try testing a few series if I have the opportunity, the time, and really if all stars align, I might be able to may even test Formula 4 cars. But let's not be too optimistic, over optimistic, because you never know.
But I think that's the plan. Already, yes. And I think it's time to manifest that plan.
عم نترك شوية surprises كمان للدرايفرز. بدي جهز حاله هو قريبا.
And so for the funding, I also have my sponsor, my grandpa, with the biomedic. Thankfully, I'm not too like behind compared to the drivers that have big fundings, but I'm still not up there with the.
You'll make it.
Yes, definitely. In Lebanon it's difficult، بس عن جد شكر لكل حدا مآمن بهالسبور.
أكيد.
ونحن عم ندفش قد ما فينا، والدعم كله لنوا مني ومن روي ومن كل الأكاديمي، لأنه هيك تالنتس بدنا نحافظ عليهم، بدنا نساعدهم ونساندهم ونفتح لهم أبواب. هذا الهدف. أكيد. الهدف مش بس نبقى عم نبرم نفس المحل بالكارتينج، بدنا نوصل لأبعد منه.
100%. All right.
That's it. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you so much, Noah. Thank you, George.
Thanks.